Executive summary: the U.S. stands at a pivotal moment in its relationship with branded and generic medicines. Recent data from the Association for Accessible Medicines reveals a striking disparity. While generic drugs account for 90% of all prescriptions, they only represent 13% of total spending. Conversely, brand name drugs, which make up just 10% of prescriptions, account for a staggering 87% of spending. This stark contrast underscores two undeniable realities. 1. The remarkable success of policies promoting the use of generic and biosimilar medications. And 2. The immense economic burden imposed by brand name therapies. To harness the cost-saving benefits of generics while preserving incentives for vital brand name innovation, we must address this imbalance. This report outlines key observations, strategic imperatives, and actionable recommendations to help strike this delicate balance. 2. Key observations. Utilization. Generics dominate prescriptions. Generic drugs account for 90% of prescriptions filled in the United States. This dominance signifies robust policy adoption, cost efficiency, and market acceptance. Brand name drugs, on the other hand, comprise the remaining 10%. Spending. Brand names drive healthcare expenditure despite accounting for only 10% of prescriptions. Brand name drugs represent 87% of total spending on pharmaceuticals. This concentration of spending highlights a disproportionate cost-to-use ratio that demands strategic attention from both industry and policymakers. 3. Strategic analysis. The economic value of generics. For both public and private healthcare payers, generics play a crucial role in cost containment. Their lower prices enable significant savings, allowing for broader access to needed treatments and overall expenditure control. However, with typically less than 10% profit margins, generics manufacturers face challenges related to supply chain disruptions, plant closures, and limited resources for innovation. Sustaining brand name innovation. Brand name drug pricing often reflects substantial investments in research and development, regulatory costs, and frequently a focus on niche markets such as oncology and rare diseases. These investments are critical for medical progress, addressing unmet needs and delivering therapeutic breakthroughs. However, without controls, these high prices can pose a considerable financial burden on healthcare systems and patients. 4. Strategic recommendations. To optimize the use of generics and biosimilars, we recommend the following. 1. Encourage and facilitate automatic substitution of brand name drugs with generics or biosimilars wherever medically appropriate. 2. Prioritize the use of generics and biosimilars in formulary design for both public and private payers. And 3. Strengthen incentives for domestic manufacturing to reduce supply risks and enhance drug security. To ensure a robust pipeline of brand name innovation, we recommend 1. Support value-based pricing models that link drug costs to measurable patient outcomes, demonstrating both effectiveness and value. 2. Maintain a reasonable period of data exclusivity to incentivize innovation while reforming practices that artificially extend monopoly power and block generic competition, such as evergreening. 3. Invest in public-private partnerships to share the risk of costly and lengthy early-stage development, accelerating the delivery of innovative therapies. To promote market transparency and competition, we recommend 1. Enhance FDA initiatives to expedite the approval of generic drugs, particularly in markets lacking competition. 2. Increase transparency around patent listings and periods of exclusivity. 3. Promote the use of indication-specific pricing, aligning payment with the actual therapeutic value for each approved use. To align stakeholder incentives, we recommend 1. Encourage outcome-driven contracts between manufacturers and payers, aligning drug payments with tangible health results. 2. Ensure that patient access programs are available and accessible to those facing affordability challenges. 3. Foster collaboration across sectors, including regulators, payers, manufacturers, and patient groups to drive sustainable pricing and access models that balance both affordability and innovation. V. Policy and industry actions to operationalize these recommendations. Both policymakers and the industry must take action. Some immediate steps include 1. Implement value-based reimbursement, reducing spending on low-value therapies. 2. Design tiered formularies thoughtfully, ensuring continued high access to generics while rewarding innovative, cost-effective brand name products. 3. Reform patent practices, addressing misuse of strategies intended to extend market exclusivity and block generics. 4. Expand FDA fast track for generics, prioritizing approvals in high-cost therapeutic areas lacking competition. 5. Protect generic manufacturers, providing stability through strategic stockpiling, pricing support, and supply chain incentives. VI. Conclusion. Achieving the right balance in the U.S. pharmaceutical landscape requires preserving and enhancing access to affordable medicines through generics while providing support for the development and use of innovative brand name therapies when medically necessary. It calls for a deliberate, data-driven strategy that blends market-based solutions with public oversight. By working together, we can drive sustainable pricing, improve access, and ensure continuous medical advancement for the benefit of all.